Good day, everyone. So I promised a build video, and I'm going to show you a build video. This is the build that I used to do the Spellbind or the Mega Spellbind Roulette, the auto attack, easy mode. Get yourself a nice set of fire wings. They're very cool. They come from the challenge, of course. So if you haven't watched the video, here's a link to that video showing just how easy it is to get through the entire challenge, really no sweat. So, the first thing that we're going to take a look at here is my skill cards. Absolutely no attacking abilities. I got my Flame Tongue weapon, Portal Mastery because why not, Crusade Aura, Blessing of Kings, Twisted Mind. I went through and got all of the blessings. So I've got my Fortitude, Mark of the Wild, Arcane Intellect, Blessing of Kings, Thorns, Battle Shout, and I got Seal of Righteousness. Now, I guess I could have carded Seal of Vengeance. Thinking about it, that's this one I would have gone for, but Seal of Righteousness did just well. If you don't have Seal of Vengeance, go for Seal of Righteousness. And then I have my Demon Armor. Again, I could have gotten Fell Armor, but you know what? Fell Armor is available at level 70. Doesn't really make much of a sense, whereas this Demon Armor is available at level 1. So card your abilities and you're ready to go. Now talents are a bit more tricky. These might be a little bit more difficult for a fresh character because you won't have the cards. Um, so best of luck with rolling, but this is a bit easier for a prestige character to take over and accomplish. Um, Unbounded Deathbringer. Okay, so that's going to be dealing 100% chance to deal an additional chunk of shadow damage. Um, it says spells and abilities, but hey, auto attack works off of that. I'm sure I've got an overall damage meter here. We'll get back to the talents in a second, but you see, I've got my Flame Tongue attack, melee, Flame Tongue attack, Seal of Righteousness, Unbounded Deathbringer. So there we go. I did reset the damage meter at some point, so this isn't outlining all of the damage done as I leveled. But you can see quite a few things that were proccing off of auto attacks that say that they only proc off of abilities. Unbounded Deathbringers being one of them, Deep Wounds, and then of course your Shadow Forge, Light Forge, your Mana Forge weapon, just kind of picking up the slack a bit. I wasn't shocked that those apply to auto attacks, but Unbounded Deathbringer and Deep Wounds I was. So these things do proc, they do work without abilities. Back to the skill cards, we've got our dual wield specialization. Just gives us some hit, but it also gives us a chance to increase our fire, frost, and nature damage. Well, flame tongue weapon being frost, or sorry, being fire, is going to help you quite a bit. Overheated strikes, that's another one. So you have a 30% chance to deal an additional chunk of fire damage. Dual wield mastery, of course, increases your damage done as well as your of your offhand, as well as giving you a 10% increase in speed for your attacks. Elemental weapons, of course, stacks with, well, we know what it stacks with. We've got our mystic enchants over here, and elemental weapons. Now, I didn't card elemental weapons in my talents because I wanted some of these other ones, especially to help out at lower levels. Unbounded Death Healer, so you have a chance to heal yourself. I don't know how effective that was, but I mean, I made it, so it seems to be alright. Deep Wounds, there's the other one that causes you to make the enemy bleed somewhat from your attacks. Now, that says melee critical strikes, so I mean, okay, that makes sense that I guess it would proc from auto attacks. And finally, Mace Specialization, because there's another 10% attack speed, and Armor Penetration, which not necessarily worried about the Armor Penetration. What I went for, see, I'm completely unbuffed right now, but without being too picky, I tried to get as much critical strike chance as I could through talents. And then when I couldn't or wasn't able necessarily to roll a critical strike talent, I went with the haste. So I didn't get a whole lot of haste, I didn't get a whole lot of crit, but I got enough. And my procs were good, attack speed was good, and I was able to keep up, as you can see through the video. Mystic Enchants, nice and simple. We've got our Flame Tongue weapon, well, elemental weapons. They're Shadow Forged, Light Forged, and Mana Forged weapons. those ones, it doesn't matter which one. I just picked them up because extra damage is extra damage. So if you have, I don't know if there's like nature forged or whatever, but these forged weapon ones, they stack. You're only allowed. It says it does not stack. It doesn't stack as in you cannot have three mana forged weapons, but you can have three total. Increase your intellect, and then increase your spell damage based on your intellect. There's another. I didn't have anything else to put there, so I threw this in there. Ignore some more armor. Reduce the duration of movement impairing effects. I picked this because I thought perhaps if I got stunned or feared that it would be over and it would be easier to have this. Really wasn't a problem. You could probably throw something else in there if you have something that might be more beneficial to this build. So that's pretty much that for how the build works. The skill cards, of course, I did wear all of my heirloom gear. I'll give you guys a better look at this stuff because it's all caster based. I didn't really pick whether I wanted cloth or whatever. I just went for a good balance. I threw whatever enchants I could. Some of them work right away. The weapon spell power enchants work at level 1. And then I know you can get different enchants for your gloves and bracers, but these spell power ones seem to do quite well. I don't have a belt buckle. I do have a spell thread, but that only becomes available, I believe it's level 35. So the enchants grayed out until you reach that level. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Seems to work. Now, I guess that's about it. I hope you guys have some fun. I hope you guys are able to walk your way straight through to a pair of flaming wings. And I really do hope that this helps. I'm going to try to release some more information about different builds and stuff, make stuff more accessible to people. There's no reason to beat your head over the keyboard for a set of wings when you can just auto attack and get them. All right, guys. I'll be sending out the full 3-hour unedited playthrough of that run. So if anybody's interested in watching any details on that, it'll be there. And we'll see what's coming next. All right, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see some more fun stuff coming up, leave some comments too. If you have any suggestions maybe for some tricky trials, or if you've built something in the trial editor that you want to see me try to complete, go for it. Make it as hard as you want. If you want to see me fail, hey, I'll take your challenge and I'll fail. I'll do whatever. If you want to see me succeed, I'll do that too. I will always give it my best shot. I will try to find the easiest way through it and try to make all of these little extras accessible to as many people as possible. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one.